You're watching the Highlight Zone with Wayne 15 Sports Director Glenn Marini. Local sports coverage you can count on.
Day by day! Day by day! We get better, better! We get better, better! Don't get BB! Don't get BB! Won't BB! Won't BB! Ah!
Every year, this game is always the most physical.
We got to come prepared on offense and put some points on the board.
This is one goal we all been looking forward to since the summer.
They're very efficient in their run game. They got some big boys up there.
The DWENGER-SNIDER series is about pride, and two very proud programs.
It's a tremendous opportunity, tremendous opponent. So, we're going to, throw the kitchen sink out there.
Well, it was a nasty night out there for some, but when it comes to conference championship races, we are getting down to the crown. In the SAC, it could come down to the final Friday of the regular season, but that really depends on what happened here in Week 8. Colton Howard joins us now with your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Colton.
Thanks, Glenn. And when it comes to success in the Summit City, very few programs can match the history of Bishop Dwenger or SNIDER. Both teams are talking turnarounds. SNIDER having a turnaround season after struggling last year, and the Saints looking to turn things around after dropping 3 of their last 4. Bishop Dwenger at SNIDER, it's your Highlight Zone Game of the Week. Both the Panthers and Saints ranked in the top 10 of the latest 5A state poll. SNIDER 4th, Dwenger 9th. Saints beat the Panthers 17-7 in this game last year. Picking the game up in the second quarter after a really long rain delay, SNIDER's Luke HUBERT unloading the deep ball to Kamari Juarez, and Juarez channeling his inner Randy Moss to go up, make the catch. Panthers opening this game with a 10-0 lead. Still in the second, the Saints responding, under 2 to go till halftime, and KJ Tippmann powering this run past the goal line for Dwenger's first 7 points of the ball game, now only trailing by 3. But right before half, Nick Talamontes going for the 46-yard field goal attempt, and he's got it. The junior sending the Panthers into the break with a 6-point lead. Now to the third quarter. Did someone call for the HUBERT Juarez encore? Well, number 3 hauling in the pass for his second touchdown of the night, and the Panthers breaking this game open, now a 20-7 SNIDER advantage. Later on, we couldn't go the full highlights without mentioning Tyrese Brown at least once. Brown with the carry, and he's in there for the score. Brown with 2 touchdowns as well in this one, and SNIDER taking this Week 8 battle 33-22.
We love it, and we just got to keep going. We got another good opponent next week, so we just ready to win. We just have to do what we have to do so we can win. We know we had to settle for nothing less, so we just have to keep going and fight to the end. We fought as a team. We did everything we were supposed to do this whole week, and we were just prepared for them.
Next up, Dwenger is at Northrop next Friday, while SNIDER is at Bishop Luers. Glenn, back to you.
Okay, all right. Speaking of the Knights, Luers Field, the clash of Calhoun as Luers trying to stay perfect on the regular season and stay in the SAC's driver's seat with a win against Southside. First quarter, they got this one off. Carson Clark to Jaden Hill, 25 yards down to the 10-yard line, but after that play, we're talking lightning delay. An hour and 5 minutes later, the first play out of the break. Oh, it's Sir Hale in for the touchdown. And Luers says, hey, it was worth the wait. We're now up 8-0. Later in the first quarter, how about some Luers D? He's an all-SAC baseball player. Quentin Roach, I didn't even know he played football. Dog! Quentin Roach with the sack, and that sets up a 3-and-out. Next Luers possession, it's Hale with the touchdown. Knights up 16-0. They go on to win 50-0, and that sets up a huge game next week against SNIDER for the SAC title. At Zollner Stadium, Carroll up 1 spot to 8th this week in the 6A poll. 6-1 Chargers at Concordia. First quarter, the Chargers scoring early, the Chargers scoring often. Luke Carmody gets Carroll on the board first, though, and it's 7-0 Chargers. After a long lightning delay, well, Carroll picking up where it left off, this time with special teams. The Chargers block the punt. They're in good field position, and they take advantage. That's what happens when you got Jeffrey Becker at QB. He finds Gabe Starks for the touchdown, and Carroll up 14-zip. Plenty more where that came from. They're rolling again. Jeffrey Becker calls his own number. Good decision. Carroll goes on to win against the Cadets 69-7 at Zollner Stadium. Out and about in a Boyce. Homestead looking to get back on track. The Spartans hosting a Wayne Generals team that beat Concordia by a couple last week. First quarter, Lamarion Nelson. He is alone to bring down, and well, the Spartans do not. He's in for the end zone for a touchdown. 8-0 Wayne out of the gate. Homestead countering. Camden Johnson bouncing outside, then back in for the touchdown. And Wayne still up 8-7, but Homestead on the board. You're going to see Homestead. Peyton Slavin looking to the end zone, but it's tipped and picked. Caden Rockford in the right spot. An interception perhaps helped save a touchdown for the Wayne Generals. And in the second quarter, you'll see more turnovers. Sean Collins, on what was a wet night, fumbles. Aaron Wagner of Homestead jumps on it. Homestead eventually comes back to win this one 35-14 over the Generals. Well, if you follow the Twitter sphere, then you know that IU coach Tom Allen was in Fort Wayne to personally offer a scholarship to that guy right there, Northside sophomore Tay Johnson, earlier this week. Johnson and the Legends hosting Northrop after a long delay in the first quarter. It's Jelante Hinton. Well, they said he was in for a short touchdown, and the Bruins up 6-0. Second quarter, Roosevelt Norfleet the third at quarterback. Little pitch right there to Dane Kilby going the other way, and it works. It's a touchdown for the Bruins, and Northrop up 12-0. Northside moving the football on their next possession. They go for it on fourth down, but you see the snap ends up on the ground, and Amarion Collins, AC, with the TD. He takes it all the way back to the house for the Bruins as Northrop tops Northside 31-14, the final at Chambers Field. Well, week 8 of the SAC is in the rear view, and while there's still work to do to crown an SAC champion, some other conferences looking to hand out the titles tonight. That is indeed the case in the NECC, where the small division title was on the line between Central, Noble, and Eastside, a couple of ranked teams in 2A. We're also going to head up to LaGrange, where the Fairfield-Lakeland game would determine the NECC Big Division champ. You see AC Adams Central looking to clinch at least a share of the conference championship with a win at Bluffton, and Leo looking to lock up a share of the NE8 at home against Columbia City. All that and much more next in the Zone.
We're the Lions and you're watching the Highlight Zone. We're the Eastside Blazers and welcome back to the Highlight Zone.
Well, the math is pretty simple, but the good folks at Butler hoping there would be no number crunching necessary. A win by Eastside and the Blazers would win the NECC Small Division Championship outright. A win by Central Noble, and it'd be a three-way tie for the title between the Blazers, the Cougars, and Churubusco. Eastside ranked 5th in the 2A state poll. Central Noble ranked 14th. This ball game, well, it was 35-0 Eastside at the half. Laban Davis here in the third quarter, the star quarterback, picking up a first down for Eastside. Then later on the drive, you're going to see the junior, Dax Holman. Holman takes the handoff, and he finds pay dirt. It's a touchdown for Eastside. The Blazers now up 42-0 on Central Noble. You saw the Eastside offense doing work, the Eastside defense doing the same. Eastside's D coming up with a big play here to stop the Cougars. Eastside, the defense pitches a shutout as Eastside wins the NECC Small Division title, 42-0 the final.
We always say when there's a trophy available, we want to take it. And that's what we did, and to do that for 3 years in a row now, it's a good feeling.
I think that it means a lot for our confidence, and that winning this game how we did is just keeps boosting our confidence going into the next week in the postseason.
That's been our theme all year, is to develop as a team, not as individuals, and I think our team is doing that right now.
Up at the Swamp in LaGrange, a true title match. The winner of the Fairfield-Lakeland game would be crowned king of the NECC Big Division. First quarter action, Fairfield on the board first. That's Austin Custer with a short touchdown, and the Falcons with a 6-0 lead. Later in the first, Lakeland trying to move the ball offensively, but that Fairfield D just clamping down. Ethan Hostetler with a tackle for a loss. Fairfield would only allow one score from Lakeland on the game. Let's move to the second quarter now. Custer, again, short yardage touchdown to make it 12-0 Fairfield. And Fairfield, after a rough start this season, they win the Big Division title in the NECC 28-7. Congrats to Matt Thacker and the Falcons. Sticking in the NECC, Busco ranked 10th in the 1A state poll as the Eagles hosting a West Noble team that won 2 of its last 3. But Riley Burhoff says, you know what, we're Busco. We don't lose a whole lot at home. Second down from the 21, he runs it all the way in. We're talking a 79-yard touchdown to make it 7-0 Busco. Busco not done. You see the lightning delay. You see the weather. Well, when you can run the football in this kind of weather, yeah, you're going to win some football games. Nick Nondorf taking it up the gut, 14-0 Churubusco. And then in the second quarter, keep your eyes on Mr. Nick Nondorf from Riley Burhoff. Nondorf decides, well, kind of Tyreek Hill-esque or a little Barry Sanders-esque if you're a little older, switching fields and into the end zone. Busco rolls West Noble 35-0. At Hubert CLINEFELD, a rivalry renewed as Fremont at Prairie Heights over the last 35 years. The Eagles holding a slight advantage over the Panthers, 19-16. Pick it up at the beginning of the third quarter. It was 20-6 Prairie Heights, and Prairie Heights decides to meet at the quarterback. It's Dakota Butler and Bailey Robinson with the combined sack, again still 20-6. Later in the third, special teams coming up big here for Prairie Heights. They blocked the Fremont punt, and the ball down at the 5. So great field position for Prairie Heights, and they would take advantage of it. It's Camden Hill with a 1-yard touchdown run, and Prairie Heights wins against Fremont 34-12. In the Northeast State, Columbia City put a scare into East Noble last week. Could they do the same against 4A number 2 Leah? Well, they'd have to stop Mason Sharon, and that, folks, just simply didn't happen. First quarter, Sharon downfield, 68 yards on the scamper, and Leo up 8-0. Now, we all learned in kindergarten that Sharon is Karen, but I imagine, well, Columbia City wished there was a little less Sharon tonight. Mason Sharon breaking one off. He rushed for 249 yards and 3 touchdowns, had 53 receiving yards and another touchdown, and also, you know, had a sack on defense. So tonight, it was kind of all about Mason Sharon for the Purple Pride. First and goal, Leo. Caden Miller punches home a short one, and it's 52-7. Leo staying unbeaten with a win against Columbia City. New Haven looking for its 3rd win in a row. Not going to be easy. A good East Noble squad looking to really kind of figure some things out before the playoffs begin, right? East Noble's Nick Munson out of the Wildcat. That's something to add to the old trickeration book if you're Luke Amstutz. It's a touchdown, 7-0 East Noble. Jakar Williams looking to make something happen, but he's picked off here by Ethan Nichols, and Nichols cashes in. He returns this one all the way back for a touchdown, and East Noble stakes itself to a 14-zip lead. Now, you know we love to show kickers here on the Highlight Zone. East Noble's got a good one. His name's Nick Klein. He boots this one through as East Noble looking good, 45-13. They win against New Haven. At the Courtyard, Norwell 6-1 on the season. Kind of sneaky. They're good. Knights riding a 4-game winning streak into their matchup with Huntington North in the second quarter. It's Luke Graff with a short touchdown plunge, and that ties it at 7-all. Yeah, the Vikings were up 7-zip before that TD. Later in the second quarter, Huntington North looking to move the football. They do it in the form of Luke Toish. He picks up a first down for the Vikings, but Huntington North wouldn't put any points on the board during that drive. Third quarter action, it's Graff. And watch him avoid the tacklers and go 60 yards for the touchdown. Luke Graff, 24 carries, 213 yards, a couple of TDs, and Norwell moves to 7-1, 17-7, the final here. In the ACAC, Adams Central could clinch at least a share of the conference title with a win at Bluffton. And, well, Nick Neuenschwander says, hey, let's do that. Adams Central ranked 3rd in 1A. Hard to believe there are 2 teams in 1A better than this Adams Central team. That's a 50-yard touchdown from Nick Neuenschwander to make it 7-0. Corbin Hershey now doing it on defense for Michael Mosier and company. Hershey with the sack. And then it's Alex Curry for AC, bouncing it to the outside and in as Adams Central wins at least a share of the ACAC title, 56-0 the final. Let's go to Woodland as the Warriors came in winners of 3 of their last 4. South Adams, meanwhile, ranked 7th in the 1A state poll. In the second quarter, looking for something positive from Woodland here. The pass deflected there by Jake Romer. That would bring up 4th down for South Adams, who was already up 7-0 at that point. And South Adams, they're gamey, right? Owen Warner to Brady Beal for a touchdown, and South Adams leads 14-0. South Adams, not only good on offense, they got some defense as well. It's Maverick Somerset with the interception, and that is great field position for the Starfire's offense. And, you know, Somerset got the interception. Why not get him the touchdown? They hand it to Somerset. He's in. South Adams wins at Woodland 35-7. In the NLC, undefeated Warsaw. They're undefeated, I should say, in conference play. The Tigers ranked 11th in the state's 6A poll. Bart Curtis and company hosting an always tough Northwood team. Northwood throwing in the first quarter. That's Owen Roeder to J.J. Payne for a touchdown. 7-0 Northwood, but Warsaw, watch this. Late pitch, but it's a thing of beauty if you like Bart ball. Bryson Brown with the touchdown, and it's 7-all. Late first quarter, you're going to see Warsaw's Jay Sawyer for the touchdown. Warsaw still undefeated in conference. 42-24, Tigers win. Final stop tonight, Wabasee looking for its second win over the last 3 games as the Warriors hosting Mishawaka. Mishawaka, well, they were up 35-0 at the half into the third quarter. It's Bean Smith with the touchdown to make it 42-0. And Mishawaka had their offense going. They had the defense going. Malik Washington picks off the Warriors here. Mishawaka tops Wabasee 42-7. Stay tuned. Your Gem of the Night next on The Zone.
I am Thor. Here is my hammer. Here is my mullet. Now stay tuned for your Gem of the Night. Hi, Kevin Kiermaier here, former Bishop Luers graduate and current Tampa Bay Rays center fielder. You're watching the Highlight Zone.
Unfortunately, a rough night for KK and the Rays if you want to check those ALDS scores tonight. But let's talk football, because last week it was all about the drama. Brody Glenn's game-winning touchdown in the fourth quarter at the Battle of the Bishops, taking home the Highlight Zone's top honor. Who gets the crown jewel this time around here in Week 8? Well, we present you with your latest Gem of the Night, courtesy of our friends at Peter Franklin Jewelers, and we got to go back out to Spuller Stadium. Luke Halpert, Kamari Juarez adding the somersault at the end. It's a beautiful connection, and the Panthers, after a rough season last year, have really turned things around to the point where, courtesy of this touchdown and tonight's win, they will be playing for the SAC Championship next week against Bishop Luers. Congratulations to Luke Halpert and Kamari Juarez. That is your Gem of the Night, courtesy of Peter Franklin Jewelers. Key games for next week. Yeah, you bet it's at the top of the list. SNIDER at Bishop Luers. Meanwhile, Wayne is at Carroll. Leo looks to finish undefeated on the season in the regular season at DeKalb, while Angola is at Eastside. Warsaw is at Concord. That's going to do it for Week 8. For Colton, I'm Glenn, and we'll see you next week here for Week 9 on the Highlight Zone.